Hey, it's Ray with Sober Without God, and welcome to Saturday Book Review. And today I am reviewing the 11th book in the Stuart Woods Stone Barrington series, $2 Bill. So I have to let you know that this is the last Stuart Woods book I will be reviewing for a while. This one came out in 2005, and there's a reason this is the last one I'm doing for a while. I've reached my Stuart Woods Stone Barrington limit. It's and I'll give you my reasons for it in a minute. But this book, I've been complaining to myself. I think the reason that they're getting kind of dry is because he doesn't do a very good job with the antagonist. Well, he finally has a decent antagonist in this book. So let me give you a little bit in case you haven't seen any of these videos to date yet. Stone Barrington, this series is about an ex-New York cop who goes back and takes the bar, becomes kind of a private investigator slash attorney, and he runs around on a bunch of misadventures with a similar cast of characters and crew. His former partner Dino, and the former love of his life, Arrington, and who shows up in this book again after a 2-book layoff, and his Elaine, who is featured in the front of this book, who runs a restaurant. Books always start at Elaine's, which I learned closed in 2012 in New York. So I don't know what happens when he runs out of a place to eat in New York anyway. But he goes on running around and having clients and trying to solve these crimes. He doesn't really try to solve the crimes, though. See, that's part of the problem, too. There's no crime. There's no mystery to solve. It's kind of like a gigantic soap opera. I guess I'm going to go ahead and rant. It's kind of like a gigantic soap opera, and it's a story that unfolds, and there's a little bit of mystery and intrigue. Yeah, I guess there is. But he doesn't actively try to solve the crime. The crime actually just kind of unfolds before his eyes as it solves itself, and he just happens to be there when it happens. That's one of my big gripes about the Stuart Woods books with Stone Barrington. Stone Barrington is just he's there, and he's apparently an attractive man who likes to be with women, and he likes to be around when crimes get solved and people like to shoot at him once in a while. And there hasn't been a strong antagonist until this book. But this one is this guy named Billy Bob, and that's why they call him $2 Bill, because he likes to pay for things and leave tips with $2 bills. And he's kind of a redneck guy who changes identity several times in the book, and he matches wits with Stone and the CIA and the U.S. Attorney's Office. And Stone meets up with a female interest in the book, and her name is Tiffany, short for Tiffany. And she doesn't want to have anything to do with him anymore when they get recorded in bed together, and it gets put on the Department of Justice's website. Yep, that's what I said. And so that leaves the door open for him when Arrington comes back around, and they start flirting around again. And there's a big surprise about that at the end of the book, which is something you kind of expected all along. But she doesn't want to have anything to do with him anymore. But she's involved in the investigation. They're trying to find Billy Bob, aka all these other different names. So is, like I said, so are all these other people. But Stone is the one who accidentally keeps finding all these ways to catch Billy Bob, and he lucks up on finding Billy Bob over and over again. And it comes down to this huge scene. Oh, hold on. Before I get to the huge scene at the end of the book, out of character, his best friend Dino, who was his former partner in the NYPD, who was always asking for help and backup in all these cases, and they're good buddies and everything. Dino has got this like irresistible urge to arrest him twice. So at one point in the book, Stone has Billy Bob, who he doesn't know is the antagonist yet, up to his house, and he's letting him stay there. And Billy Bob kills a sex worker in Stone's house and leaves her there and tries to frame Stone. Well, Dino thinks Stone is good for it, and Dino's like his friend. Why would you try to make Stone out to be the bad guy when he knows that obviously it's this Billy Bob scoundrel? And there's another time that Dino's like trying to put the pressure on Stone for being made for the for a crime. And it's really out of character for Dino because Dino was like his friend. He's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. It's just where the facts lead. And anyway, there's a big scene at the end of the book where Billy Bob, it's the name of your antagonist in the book, friends. It's Billy Bob. Billy Bob and Stone are on a helicopter along with Stone's possible son by Arrington. With that happened like 4 or 5 books ago, 6 books ago, and they're over New York City, and they get into a big struggle. And it's Stone doesn't know, kind of knows how to fly a helicopter because he knows how to fly an airplane, by God. And they have a big struggle, and of course, everything turns out in Stone's favor. Anyway, it's just soap opera. Oh, by the way, I've never seen this before. On the front of the book, specially designed for comfortable reading is exactly what it says. The book is a little bit longer than a typical book and thinner. And you know what? It kind of was. I'll give this one 2 Stone Barringtons out of 5 for being specially designed for comfortable reading. But that's the last one I'm going to read for now. I'm going to go find another author to read and enjoy, give myself a break from Stone Barrington because he's literally giving me a headache. But I hope you enjoyed Saturday Book Review and the Stone Barrington series. At least if you're not going to read the books, I hope you enjoyed the reviews. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Take care.